Welcome to an incredible journey through history. A journey into the heart of human resilience, where courage and desperation collide. Today we uncover the most daring and insane soldier getaways of World War II. From elaborate tunnels dug with spoons to makeshift gliders taking flight under the cover of darkness. These stories will leave you breathless. The year is 1939. The world watches in disbelief as the shadow of war descends upon Europe once more. Millions of young men are ripped from their homes, thrust into the chaotic theatre of World War II. Among them, countless soldiers find themselves as prisoners of war, confined behind barbed wire, their fates uncertain. For these men, every waking moment was a stark reminder of their captivity. The gnawing hunger, the bone-chilling cold, the ever-present longing for home, these were their constant companions. But within the depths of their despair, a flicker of hope remained. The burning desire for freedom. Escape became an obsession, a shared dream whispered amongst the prisoners. It was a gamble, a dance with death, but for many it was a risk worth taking. Deep within the heart of Nazi Germany lay Stalag Luft III, a place that would become synonymous with one of the most daring escape attempts in history. This high-security prison camp was meticulously designed to hold captured Allied airmen, men who had already proven their bravery in the skies. The camp was surrounded by barbed wire, watchtowers and patrolling guards, making escape seem impossible. Yet it was here in the spring of 1944 that a group of determined prisoners would defy the odds. These men, hailing from various Allied nations, were united by a common goal: to break free from their captors and return to the fight. The camp was a melting pot of skills and talents, with each prisoner bringing something unique to the table. Engineers, artists and linguists all played a part in the grand plan that was about to unfold. It was here, in the spring of 1944, that one of the most audacious escape attempts of the war would unfold. The plan was ambitious, involving the construction of not one but 3 tunnels, each with its own unique challenges and risks. The tunnels were named Tom, Dick and Harry, and their construction required meticulous planning and coordination. Over 600 men, driven by a shared yearning for freedom, dedicated themselves to this daring plan. They formed committees to handle various aspects of the escape, from tunnel digging to document forging. Every detail was considered, and every man had a role to play. The sense of camaraderie and shared purpose was palpable, as each prisoner knew that their collective effort was their best chance at success. They worked tirelessly under the constant threat of discovery to dig 3 tunnels christened Tom, Dick and Harry. The tunnels were dug 30 feet below the surface to avoid detection, and their entrances were cleverly concealed within the camp. The prisoners used makeshift tools and scavenged materials, displaying incredible ingenuity and resourcefulness. The prisoners transformed themselves into master forgers, creating fake documents and civilian clothing. They studied German uniforms and identification papers, replicating them with astonishing accuracy. This required not only artistic skill, but also a deep understanding of the enemy's bureaucracy. The forgers worked in secret, often late into the night, knowing that a single mistake could spell disaster. They became engineers, using scavenged materials to construct air pumps and lighting for the tunnels. The air pumps were essential for providing ventilation in the narrow, suffocating tunnels, while the lighting allowed the diggers to work in the pitch darkness. These makeshift devices were marvels of ingenuity, crafted from bedboards, tin cans and other everyday items. Months of back-breaking labor culminated on a moonless night in March. The prisoners had rehearsed their escape plan countless times, and now the moment of truth had arrived. They gathered in small groups, their hearts pounding with anticipation and fear. The camp was eerily quiet, and the darkness provided the perfect cover for their daring bid for freedom. 76 men tasted freedom, slipping into the night, their hearts pounding with a mixture of exhilaration and fear. They scattered in different directions, hoping to evade capture and make their way to safety. The escapees faced numerous challenges, from navigating unfamiliar terrain to avoiding enemy patrols. Each step was fraught with danger, but their determination to reach freedom kept them going. The Great Escape, though ultimately recaptured, became a testament to the indomitable spirit of these men. Their courage and ingenuity in the face of overwhelming odds inspired their fellow prisoners and left an indelible mark on history. The escape attempt forced the Germans to divert resources and manpower, demonstrating the impact that a small group of determined individuals could have on the war effort. Their story, immortalized in books and film, continues to inspire awe and admiration. The Great Escape serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience and resourcefulness of the human spirit. It is a story of hope, courage, and the unbreakable will to be free, a symphony of courage and cunning that will never be forgotten. Chapter 3. High on a hilltop overlooking the German town of Colditz stood a formidable fortress, Colditz Castle. This imposing structure, considered escape-proof by the Nazis, became the ultimate test for Allied officers who had a knack for escaping. Undeterred by the castle's imposing defenses, the prisoners of Colditz treated their confinement as a challenge, a puzzle to be solved with ingenuity and daring. They meticulously studied the guards' routines, exploiting every loophole, every blind spot. Hidden within the castle walls, a secret world of workshops emerged. Using improvised tools, they crafted false papers, civilian clothing, and even gliders. One group, led by British officer Pat Reed, constructed a stunningly detailed replica of a guardhouse, using it to conceal their escape route. Another group, inspired by a medieval siege tactic, built a glider in the castle attic, planning to launch it from the roof. Though not all attempts were successful, the sheer audacity and creativity displayed by the Colditz escapees became legendary. Chapter 4. In the annals of daring escapes, the story of Stalag Luft III stands apart. This tale is not just about the escape itself, but about the sheer audacity and creativity that went into planning and executing such a bold move. This POW camp, located in what is now Poland, was the stage for an audacious escape plan involving a most unlikely vehicle, a glider. The camp, surrounded by high walls and barbed wire, seemed impenetrable. Yet, within its confines, a group of determined prisoners were hatching a plan that would defy all expectations. The mastermind behind this daring scheme was Flight Lieutenant Jack Best. A man of remarkable ingenuity and resolve, Best was not content to simply wait out the war. He believed in taking action, no matter how impossible it seemed. He, along with a small group of prisoners, embarked on a secret mission to construct a glider under the very noses of their captors. This was no small feat. The prisoners had to work in utmost secrecy, often in the dead of night, to avoid detection. Working in the cramped confines of the camp attic, they scavenged wood from wherever they could find it. Floorboards, bed frames, even the legs of stolen stools. Every piece of wood was precious, and they had to be incredibly resourceful to gather enough materials without arousing suspicion. Fabric for the wings was painstakingly stitched together from old bed sheets and shirts. The prisoners had to be meticulous in their work, ensuring that every seam was strong enough to withstand the pressures of flight. After months of clandestine work, the glider, christened Olympia, was ready. It was a fragile craft, but it represented hope and freedom for the prisoners who had poured their hearts and souls into its creation. On a moonlit night in July 1945, 3 prisoners squeezed into the fragile craft. The air was thick with tension and anticipation. They knew that this was their one chance to escape, and they were determined to make it count. With a silent prayer, they launched themselves into the darkness. The glider, though delicate, held steady as it lifted off the ground. The prisoners could hardly believe it as they soared above the camp, leaving their captors behind. The glider, defying all odds, carried them over the camp fence and into the night sky. For a few precious moments, they tasted the sweet air of freedom, their hearts pounding with exhilaration and fear. While their flight was short-lived, their story stands as a testament to the boundless limits of human ingenuity and courage. The glider may not have carried them far, but it carried their spirits high, proving that even in the darkest of times, hope and determination can lead to extraordinary feats. Chapter 5. Our journey takes us now to the darkest chapter of World War II, to the heart of the Nazi concentration camp system, Auschwitz. This was a place where the very essence of humanity was tested, where the boundaries of human endurance were pushed to their absolute limits. Here, escape seemed an impossible dream. a distant fantasy in a world dominated by barbed wire, watchtowers, and relentless oppression. The prisoners were subjected to unimaginable suffering, stripped of their identities, and reduced to mere numbers, a flicker of hope in an abyss of despair. The camp was a place where hope was a rare commodity and despair was the daily reality. Yet even in the darkest corners of Auschwitz, the human spirit found ways to endure. Yet even amidst the horrors of Auschwitz, the human spirit refused to be extinguished. The prisoners, despite the overwhelming odds, found moments of solidarity and resilience. They shared stories, whispered dreams of freedom, and held on to the belief that one day they might escape the clutches of their captors. Prisoners, driven by the primal instinct to survive, clung to the slimmest chance of freedom. They devised intricate plans, often at great personal risk, to outwit their captors. These plans were born out of sheer desperation and an unyielding will to live. One such story is that of Rudolf Wierber and Alfred Wetzler, two Slovakian Jews who made it their mission to warn the world about the atrocities being committed within the camp walls. Their story is one of extraordinary bravery and determination. They spent months meticulously memorizing details of the camp layout, the gas chambers, the crematoria. Every detail was crucial, every piece of information a potential key to their survival and the world's awakening to the horrors of the Holocaust. They spent months meticulously memorizing details of the camp layout, the gas chambers, the crematoria. They knew that their knowledge could be the difference between life and death, not just for themselves, but for countless others. Then, on April 7th, 1944, they made their move, a daring escape that would test their resolve and ingenuity to the fullest. They knew the risks were immense, but the potential reward, freedom and the chance to expose the truth, was worth it. Hiding in a hollowed-out woodpile for 3 days, they endured hunger, fear, and the constant threat of discovery. Their hearts pounded with every passing moment, knowing that a single mistake could mean certain death. Their bodies covered in gasoline-soaked tobacco to mask their scent from the guard dogs. This ingenious method was their only hope of evading the relentless pursuit of the guards and their trained dogs. Their escape, a testament to their courage and determination, was a beacon of hope in a place where hope was almost extinct. It showed that even in the most dire circumstances, the human spirit could triumph. Proved instrumental in exposing the horrors of the Holocaust to the world, their detailed accounts provided irrefutable evidence of the atrocities, helping to galvanize international efforts to bring the perpetrators to justice and ensure that such horrors would never be forgotten. These stories of bravery and ingenuity remind us of the incredible human spirit. They stand as a testament to the power of hope, even in the face of unimaginable adversity. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. We've explored the depths of human resilience and witnessed the extraordinary lengths to which individuals will go to reclaim their freedom. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories.